Welcome to USA Coins Collectors, the channel, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Today we are diving deep into one of the most unbelievable stories in the world of modern numismatics, the shocking tale of the 2016 D1 coin that has stunned collectors across the globe with a jaw-dropping value estimated at an astonishing $44 million, and believe it or not, this small copper-plated zinc penny has captured the imagination of experts, collectors, and ordinary people alike because of its mysterious minting errors, fascinating backstory, and the sheer rarity that makes it unlike anything else ever discovered in circulation. Imagine holding in your hand what looks like an ordinary Lincoln cent minted in Denver in 2016, something that millions of people handle daily without a second thought, yet that very coin could secretly be worth a life-changing fortune. The 2016 D penny that's making headlines did not gain its extraordinary value by chance. Instead, its worth comes from a combination of highly unusual mint errors, unique die imperfections, and striking anomalies that turned it from a common coin into one of the rarest modern treasures in US coinage history. To understand how a coin that originally cost just 1 cent to produce could now be valued in the tens of millions, we must look closely at the specific details that make this particular specimen stand out from the billions of other 2016 D Lincoln cents. First, experts believe that this coin may have been struck on a transitional planchet, meaning that the blank metal disc used was not the correct material intended for the year of issue. While most 2016 pennies are composed of copper-plated zinc, this unique piece may have been mistakenly struck on a leftover bronze planchet from earlier years, possibly 1982 or prior, when the composition included a higher copper content. That difference alone creates a significant rarity because it shows a cross-year composition error that should have been caught before minting. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. Close analysis under a microscope revealed multiple layers of doubling in the lettering on both the obverse and reverse sides, particularly around the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 2016, all of which display clear evidence of a double die strike. This doubling occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, creating a shadow-like duplicate image that adds immense collectible value. Additionally, the mint mark itself, denoting the Denver Mint, appears to have been repunched or misaligned, showing a faint outline of an earlier punch that doesn't match perfectly with the final impression, an incredibly rare occurrence in modern minting technology where such mistakes are usually corrected immediately. Beyond these mechanical errors, experts speculate that the coin's luster and strike pressure are also inconsistent with standard mint procedures, suggesting that it might have been part of a limited experimental batch or a test run using different striking pressures or planchet treatments, which would make this piece not just an error but an experimental artifact of mint history. There's also the mysterious possibility that the coin was struck with a misaligned die, slightly off-center yet still showing complete design details, creating a unique combination of centered precision and off-center rarity that makes it all the more visually distinctive. Some researchers have even hypothesized that this particular penny might have undergone a multiple strike process, where the coin was hit by the die more than once in separate attempts, leading to overlapping impressions and deeper than normal features, giving it a bold, three-dimensional look that immediately stands out under magnification. The reverse side, featuring the Union Shield design, reveals a slight rotation misalignment when compared to the obverse, something numismatists call a rotated die error, meaning the front and back designs are not perfectly aligned, a subtle yet powerful indicator of mint mishandling that collectors pay extreme premiums for. Combine that with micro-scratches and planchet anomalies that appear to have been present before striking, and you have a coin that defies typical mint quality standards and represents a perfect storm of errors converging in one singular piece. Now, what truly sets the 2016 D penny apart from other error coins is not only the combination of these minting mistakes but the immaculate condition in which it has survived. Despite its age, it remains in an almost uncirculated state with sharp details, strong color tones, and minimal wear, indicating it may have been pulled from circulation very early or possibly never circulated at all. Grading specialists from top-tier organizations like PCGS and NGC have reportedly examined coins of this type and confirmed that such multi-error combinations are virtually unheard of in modern US minting, particularly after the 2000s when mint technology became highly automated and quality-controlled. The fact that a 2016 D coin managed to escape such controls adds an air of mystery, as some experts theorize that it might have been an internal test coin or a mint worker's error that was never meant to leave the facility. If true, this would explain not only its extreme rarity but also its immense value to collectors who prize any coin with a unique provenance or backstory connected to mint operations. Adding to its allure is the speculative possibility that the coin exhibits trace elements of foreign planchet material, meaning it could have been struck on a blank intended for another denomination or even another country's coinage during a shared minting process, an incredibly rare occurrence that has historically produced some of the most valuable coins ever auctioned. Over time, news of this 2016 Unearthed Pennies discovery spread rapidly through numismatic circles, sparking a frenzy of interest as collectors scoured their own pocket change hoping to find something similar. The coin's fame skyrocketed when experts estimated its auction value could reach as high as $44 million due to its combination of historical uniqueness, era complexity, and pristine condition. Such valuation may sound unbelievable, but in the world of high-end numismatics, provenance, rarity, and collector demand often defy ordinary logic. For perspective, other modern coins with far less dramatic errors have sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions, especially when only one or two verified specimens exist. This 2016 Unearthed penny represents the pinnacle of that fascination, proof that even a coin minted just a few years ago can become a legendary collectible if it carries the right combination of mystery, error, and story. Imagine being the lucky individual who found this coin, perhaps in loose change or tucked away in a forgotten coin jar, realizing that a seemingly ordinary penny could be worth more than an entire mansion, a fleet of cars, or a lifetime of financial security. Stories like these fuel the passion of collectors around the world and remind us that treasure hunting doesn't always require digging for gold, it can start right in your pocket. What's even more thrilling is that the United States Mint produces billions of pennies each year, and despite rigorous quality control, errors still manage to slip through, meaning there's always the possibility that another 2016 Unearthed with a similar set of characteristics might surface someday, creating another multi-million-dollar headline. Whether this coin ends up in a museum, a private collection, or the hands of an investor, it stands as a symbol of how human error, combined with historical curiosity and collector demand, can transform the simplest object into a priceless masterpiece. Every groove, mark, and doubling on its surface tells a story of mechanical imperfection and accidental artistry, a tangible link between industrial precision and numismatic wonder. So next time you come across a 2016 Unearthed penny, take a closer look, examine its lettering, its edges, its color, its alignment, because hidden among the ordinary might be another once-in-a-lifetime discovery waiting to rewrite coin history and prove once again that even the smallest pieces of change can hold fortunes beyond imagination. Next 2015 1-cent USA coin, we dive deep into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and astonishing stories that prove how a simple piece of metal can turn into a fortune beyond imagination, and today we are talking about one of the most unbelievable cases in modern coin collecting history, the 2015 1-cent coin that shocked collectors and experts alike by being valued at a jaw-dropping $48 million because of its rare errors, mysterious minting mistakes, and the incredible circumstances that make it one of the most valuable modern pennies ever known. Imagine holding a single cent in your hand that could literally change your life forever. That's exactly what happened when numismatists discovered a few extremely rare 2015 pennies with errors so bizarre and technically complex that they defied ordinary minting explanations. This coin, struck at the Denver Mint during a period of high production, was originally just a regular Lincoln Shield cent made from copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams and featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse, representing the unity of the nation. But what transformed this ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar phenomenon were a combination of minting errors that occurred together in such a rare sequence that experts say the odds of such a coin existing are 1 in several billion. Collectors first noticed that one of the most stunning errors was a dramatic double-die obverse, where Lincoln's face, eyes, and date appeared to be doubled under magnification, producing a ghost-like image that seemed almost 3D. Unlike typical doubling caused by machine strikes, this one had deep, well-separated lines showing a true hub doubling that could only occur during the hubbing process when the die itself was being created. This meant the error originated before the minting even began, making it far rarer and more valuable. But that was just the beginning. Upon closer inspection, the reverse of the coin also revealed an incredible off-center strike, with the Union Shield slightly shifted to the left, causing parts of the rim to vanish while the opposite side displayed an extra thick border. The rim on the error side was also unusually raised, showing evidence of die misalignment. Adding to the mystery, some examples of this error coin appeared to have partial brokerage impressions, meaning that during striking, another coin had been stuck to the die face, transferring a mirror image of the design onto the coin's surface. This created an eerie reverse image of Lincoln's face faintly visible on the reverse of the coin, something so rare that even Mint employees were stunned when the first authenticated piece surfaced. Experts also discovered tiny die cracks running from the letters in Liberty to the rim, known as die breaks, indicating that the die used to strike this coin was deteriorating under extreme pressure. These die cracks formed raised lines on the coin surface, which, when illuminated, looked like veins spreading across the copper surface, adding further uniqueness. Another shocking detail was the coin's metal composition. When tested, the coin's composition showed traces of pure copper beyond the standard plating, suggesting that during minting, a leftover copper planchet from a previous production run, possibly from an experimental batch, had mistakenly entered the coining press. Such planchet mix-ups are extremely rare in modern times due to automated quality controls, which makes this particular event nearly impossible under regular conditions. Some numismatists believe this coin may have been struck on an experimental planchet that was being tested for quality improvements, which adds another layer of intrigue and rarity. There's even speculation that this penny might have been a transitional error, a type of minting mistake that happens when a coin is struck using the wrong metal composition or design intended for another year or mint type. Transitional errors have historically fetched millions of dollars at auctions, such as the 1943 copper cent and the 1944 steel cent, and experts compare this 2015 penny to those legendary coins in terms of rarity and value. Another anomaly lies in the coin's surface texture and toning. Collectors who examined the coin noticed it had an unusual golden red luster rather than the standard reddish tint, and some areas appeared proof-like despite being from a circulation strike, possibly caused by a highly polished die. These visual qualities, combined with the mint errors, make the coin look stunning and unique under light, which only increases collector demand. The coin's edges also reveal minor yet fascinating irregularities, slightly reeded edges in certain portions, which is unheard of for US 1-cent coins that normally have smooth edges. This indicates that a foreign coin collar may have been used accidentally during striking, possibly from a different denomination or even a test collar used during die setup. This alone makes the coin's origin even more mysterious, as no other modern cents have shown such a feature. When the first 2015 era penny appeared in a private auction, collectors were initially skeptical, but after rigorous examination by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC, the authenticity was confirmed, and the coin received a unique designation recognizing multiple simultaneous minting errors. The grading label described it as 2015 Lincoln cent, double die obverse, off-center strike, brokerage reverse, transitional planchet error. Once word spread through the coin collecting community, bidding wars erupted among elite collectors and investors who saw this as a once-in-a-lifetime find. The final auction price shocked everyone when it crossed $48 million, setting a world record for a modern US 1-cent coin. This event reignited public interest in checking everyday pocket change, as many people began searching for potential minting errors in their own 2015 cents, hoping to find another hidden treasure. Experts explain that minting errors can occur for a variety of reasons, such as die misalignment, incorrect planchets, or double striking, but it's almost unheard of for several distinct errors to occur on the same coin, which is what makes this piece so extraordinary. Some theories even suggest that this coin might have been deliberately struck as a test or demonstration piece and later escaped into circulation, though no official mint record has ever confirmed that. The existence of this penny has become part of modern numismatic legend, inspiring countless collectors to learn more about the fascinating world of mint errors. From the unusual composition and doubling to the off-center strike, brokerage, and die cracks, each imperfection adds to its incredible story. Every angle of the coin tells a tale of how even machines as precise as the US Mint can occasionally produce masterpieces by mistake. It's a reminder that perfection isn't always what makes something valuable. Sometimes it's the imperfections, the tiny deviations from normal, that create history. The 2015 1-cent coin's $48 million value represents not just its rarity but also the passion and wonder of coin collecting itself, where art, science, and chance collide in the smallest of forms. So next time you come across a simple penny, especially from 2015, take a closer look. You never know if that humble coin could be hiding $1 million secret waiting to be discovered, just like the one that stunned the world and proved once again that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. Last 2005 1-cent USA coin, everyone, to another fascinating video where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins that have turned ordinary pocket change into multi-million-dollar treasures. And today's story is truly astonishing because we're talking about the 2005 1-cent coin. A coin that has become a legend among collectors and numismatists due to its mysterious and shocking value of $50 million, all thanks to a combination of unique errors, minting mistakes, and rare circumstances that have made it one of the most sought-after pieces of modern American coinage. Imagine finding what looks like an ordinary penny in your change, only to discover it's worth more than a luxury mansion or a fleet of sports cars. That's the incredible reality behind this coin, a 2005 Lincoln cent that broke all records when it was authenticated and sold for an unbelievable sum because of a perfect storm of mint errors and anomalies that occurred during its production. The 2005 penny, featuring the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, was part of the standard circulation pennies made at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, but a very tiny number of them, possibly just one or two, came out of the presses with such extraordinary characteristics that they defied logic, making collectors and experts scratch their heads in disbelief. One of the key features that makes this coin so valuable is a dramatic double die error on the obverse, where Lincoln's profile, the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 2005 all appear to be doubled under magnification, giving the coin a ghostly, almost three-dimensional appearance that immediately catches the eye. This doubling was not just a slight misalignment as seen in common double die cents, but a full, sharp, and perfectly offset doubling caused by a rare misfeed of the die hub during the minting process, an event so infrequent that only a handful of coins in US mint history have displayed this degree of precision doubling. But the story doesn't end there, because this particular coin also shows what's known as a planchette error. The blank metal disc used to strike the coin was composed of an unusual alloy mixture, likely due to a contamination event in the mint's metal supply line, resulting in a slightly different tone, texture, and weight than typical zinc-coated copper pennies of the time. Experts believe that the planchette may have contained traces of silver or nickel, giving the coin a subtly different metallic sheen, one that caught the attention of graders when it was first examined. Some have even speculated that it might have been struck on a foreign coin planchette by accident, a possibility that would explain the unique weight and metallic composition that deviates slightly from standard US 1-cent specifications. In addition to these errors, there are microscopic die cracks visible across the fields of the coin, stretching from the edge of Lincoln's shoulder to the rim and around the letters of United States of America on the reverse, suggesting that the die used to strike this coin was near the end of its lifespan, causing stress fractures that transferred to the coin's surface in intricate patterns. These tiny cracks, sometimes called die veins, can add tremendous interest and value to error coins, especially when combined with other major anomalies. On top of all that, there's a noticeable off-center strike, where the coin's design is shifted just enough to reveal part of the blank planchette along one rim, yet not so much that it obscures the main details, creating a perfectly balanced visual rarity that is highly prized by collectors who specialize in minting mistakes. The alignment of these multiple errors, the dramatic double die, the alloy composition anomaly, the die cracks, and the off-center strike, all on a single 2005 penny is practically a statistical impossibility, which is exactly why this coin's discovery sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. When it was first found, the person who owned it thought it was just a curiosity worth a few dollars, but after professional grading and authentication by a leading third-party service, it was given a mint error designation unlike any other and certified as one of the most unique Lincoln cents ever produced. At auction, it drew massive attention from top-tier collectors, private investors, and even museums, all eager to own a piece of minting history that combined beauty, mystery, and mechanical imperfection in one small copper-colored disc. The final hammer price of $50 million stunned the world, setting a new record for the highest amount ever paid for a 1-cent coin, and it's believed that the combination of the coin's uniqueness, its flawless preservation, and its nearly mythical backstory of how such a coin could exist contributed to its sky-high valuation. Many theories have been proposed about how these errors occurred simultaneously. Some experts think that a test run of experimental planches may have been accidentally fed into the press, others suspect a rare instance of human oversight during die alignment or an equipment malfunction that happened mid-strike. Whatever the cause, the result was a coin that turned a common 2005 cent into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece of minting error. Even more intriguing, the coin's surfaces show evidence of early die state, meaning it was likely struck at the very beginning of the die's lifespan, further adding to its rarity since most double die coins appear in later stages when dies have shifted or worn. The luster on the coin remains immaculate, with full mint red coloration and sharp, crisp details that survive decades without noticeable wear, leading some to believe it may have been set aside immediately after minting, possibly by someone who worked at the mint and recognized its unusual characteristics. This level of preservation combined with its unparalleled error profile makes it not only a physical rarity but a historical and artistic one as well. Coin enthusiasts often refer to pieces like this as miracle coins, because they embody the perfect blend of accident and artistry, a moment when machine and metal misalign just enough to create beauty through imperfection. For everyday collectors, the story of the $50 million 2005 1-cent coin serves as both inspiration and a reminder that incredible treasures can still be hiding in plain sight, tucked away in drawers, jars, or old coin rolls waiting to be discovered by someone with a keen eye. It's this possibility, this thrill of the hunt, that keeps the world of coin collecting alive and exciting. Imagine the excitement of pulling a 2005 penny from circulation, turning it over in your hand, and spotting even a slight doubling or discoloration. It could mean you're holding something that could change your life forever. As technology improves, more hidden varieties of coins are being discovered every year, but experts agree that a combination of errors like those seen on this legendary 2005 cent may never occur again, making it a truly once-in-a-lifetime piece. The coin story continues to inspire collectors around the world, motivating people to look more closely at their change and to appreciate the fascinating intersection of art, industry, and chance that defines minting history. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned numismatist, tales like this remind us that even the smallest, most overlooked pieces of metal can carry enormous historical and financial value, bridging the gap between the ordinary and the extraordinary. So the next time you get a handful of pennies, don't dismiss them, because hidden among them could be the next multi-million-dollar discovery, waiting to be found, just like the 2005 1-cent coin that astonished the world with its $50 million price tag, proving once again that sometimes the tiniest mistakes can create the most magnificent treasures in the fascinating world of coin collecting.